When your cat suddenly becomes active at night, staring into corners, phrasing mid-step, or quietly watching something you can't see, do you actually know what that means? It looks strange, maybe even a little unsettling, but behind that stillness, there's something deeper that most people miss. It's one of the most emotionally loaded things your cat can do. And if you ignore it, which most owners do, you might miss what your cat has been trying to communicate in one of their most alert and vulnerable states. Let's start with what that nighttime behavior really means. Have you ever noticed your cat staring into an empty corner, completely still, like they're tracking something invisible? Most people think it's nothing, just random behavior, maybe even boredom. Here's what's actually happening. Your cat is not reacting to nothing. They are responding to movement, vibrations, and sounds that exist outside your range of perception. Their senses are built differently. Their hearing reaches frequencies you can't detect. Their vision works in low light where you see darkness. So while you feel like nothing is happening, your cat is actively processing information. Think about that for a second. You're both in the same room, but you're not experiencing the same reality. And here's what most people don't realize. If your cat stays calm during this, no fear, no tension, it means they feel safe while being fully alert. That's not stress, that's controlled awareness. And when they choose to stay near you in that state, it means something important. You are not a disruption to their awareness. You are part of it. And by the way, if your cat ever stares into the dark and then slowly looks back at you, don't brush it off. We'll come back to that later, because that moment carries more meaning than most people realize. Have you ever wondered why this behavior happens mostly at night? Most people assume it's just because cats are more active. Here's what's actually happening. A 2020 study from the University of Lincoln found that domestic cats retain strong crepuscular instincts, meaning their brains are naturally most active during dawn and dusk. That's when their ancestors hunted. That's when survival mattered most. So their brain doesn't turn off at night, it sharpens. Think about that for a second. While your body is slowing down, your cat's mind is waking up. They begin scanning, tracking, and processing their environment in a way that's deeply instinctual. But here's the emotional shift. They are doing all of this in a space where they no longer need to survive, and yet the system is still running, which means something important has changed. It's no longer about survival, it's about awareness inside safety. And when they stay near you during that heightened awareness, it means they trust you enough to remain vulnerable while their instincts are active. Have you ever noticed your cat returning to the same spots over and over again? Corners, doorways, quiet spaces? Most people think it's random habit. Here's what's actually happening. Cats build a mental map of their environment using scent, memory, and spatial awareness. Researchers who study feline behavior call this environmental verification. They are constantly checking. Is everything still the same? And scent plays a huge role in this. Cats leave invisible markers using glands in their face, paws, and body. So even when they are just sitting and staring, they are checking those invisible boundaries. Think about that for a second. Your home isn't just a place to them.
It's a network of scent and memory. And when they move through it at night, scanning and verifying, they are reinforcing a sense of safety. Now here's where it becomes more personal. You exist inside that map, which means you are part of their sense of stability. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. Have you ever wondered why your cat freezes completely during these moments? No movement, no sound, just stillness. Most people think it's just focus. Here's what's actually happening.
It's a network of scent and memory. And when they move through it at night, scanning and verifying, they are reinforcing a sense of safety. Now here's where it becomes more personal. You exist inside that map, which means you are part of their sense of stability. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. Have you ever wondered why your cat freezes completely during these moments? No movement, no sound, just stillness. Most people think it's just focus. Here's what's actually happening. Here's what's actually happening. A 2022 study from the University of Sussex found that cats use eye contact with humans as a form of intentional communication during moments of heightened awareness. So when your cat breaks their focus and looks at you, They are not distracted. They are checking in. They are shifting from instinct to connection. Think about that for a second. They are balancing two worlds at once, the world they sense and the world they share with you. And when they look at you in that moment, they are acknowledging you inside their awareness. Remember earlier when I said that moment matters? This is what I was talking about. They are not lost in their instincts. They are choosing to include you in them. And that is something most owners never realize, because that requires trust at the highest level, to remain alert and still choose connection. Now here's something important. What happens if this behavior suddenly stops? No more nighttime scanning. No more quiet watching. No more stillness. Most people don't notice. Here's what's actually happening. Behavioral scientists have observed that changes in environmental awareness patterns can signal stress, discomfort, or even changes in health, because what looked like nothing was actually a consistent behavior, a pattern.
And when a pattern disappears, it means something has changed. Think about that for a second. Your cat wasn't just being random. They were showing you how they interact with their world. So if that suddenly fades, it's not meaningless. This is where most owners get it wrong. They wait for obvious signs, but cats communicate through subtle shifts. So when that quiet awareness disappears, don't ignore it. So when your cat becomes active at night, stares into the dark, freezes mid-step, or quietly watches something you can't see, do you actually understand what it means? It's not emptiness. It's not imagination. It's awareness. It's instinct. It's trust. It's your cat existing fully in a world you cannot completely perceive, while choosing to stay close to you inside it. That's not strange behavior. That's connection through awareness. And that quiet moment when they pause, observe, and then look back at you, that is not nothing. That is your cat choosing you, even while their instincts are fully awake. In that moment, it was never small to them, and it shouldn't be small to you either.